Well, I haven't uploaded in a while, but David Larimer, you wanted this one up, so here it goes. It's the fight against Scott. Before I started recording, I was asking him questions to make sure he actually was Scott, as you can see, and yes, it was Scott. So that's cool. Now we're going to start fighting. His name's 25 Dead. What is it with Scott and Dead? Seems to love death and all that sort of stuff. Strange of him. Anyway, he leads with a Yanmega, so I'm predicting Protect or maybe Hypnosis. I go for Stealth Rock anyway. Maybe Hypnosis will miss. We'll see what happens. I get the Stealth Rock out and he Giga Drains, which is unusual. It's also strange as he knows what my team is and he knows that I lead with a Swampert and his lead just happens to have a Grass type move, even though it's not customary to have one on his particular lead. That's convenient. So I go to Scizor, takes a Giga Drain like it's nothing, and now I'm just going to Bullet Punch. The thing might be sashed, but I don't think it has Hypnosis or I would have used it, and I doubt it has any fire, hidden power fire, probably not. So I'm just going to Bullet Punch and see what happens. He thinks a bit, and here comes my major hacksage in this match. I Bullet Punch right into that Weezing and I get a crit, which does a lot of damage. Now did it really matter? Did it affect the outcome of the match? Oh, almost certainly not. I don't think it really did. But it still hacks nonetheless. 65% with a crit is quite a lot if that's his physical wall. So I just Bullet Punch again, and it dies. The Weezing is gone. So if that's his physical wall gone, that's pretty cool for me. It mightn't have lasted very long anyway. It is a Weezing, a UU, and I know UUs can be very useful in OU, but I don't think it would have helped him too much in this match. And now I don't really have a clue what he's going to bring in next, because it seems obvious by now maybe that he's not using OUs. He's sticking with UUs. A Driftblim thing comes in. I've never really seen any of these. I don't have a clue what it does, but I think it has Destiny Bond. I think I faced one before that had Destiny Bond, and I'm thinking with his Pokemon gone, his physical wall gone, maybe this Scizor can be a real threat to his team, and so I'm going to save Scizor. I don't want it to get hurt much. It'll probably win the game in the end, I was thinking. Anyway, he subs. I don't have a clue what it's going to do. I'm just going to surf, try to break the sub, see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. He Baton passes. He's not Baton past any stat modifiers, just a sub. The way the sub goes, and I know that Yanmega can kill me here, but I don't know what his moves are, and I don't want to switch to something else to take a hit that might surprise me and might kill something, so I just leave Swampert in and he dies. But he got out Stealth Rock, and that was his job, and he did it well. So I go back to Scizor. I'm just going to go for the Bullet Punch again. I'm just going to kill that little bug. Although since Stealth Rock is out, its fate's pretty much sealed anyway. Yanmega. Bullet Punch. He thinks a bit. Yeah, it's cool. Okay, thanks a lot. The Driftblim comes in again. It takes 25% from the Stealth Rock. It was only at 50% to begin with. It takes Bullet Punch and loses 77%, so it's very dead. Now Wigglytuff is here, and I really don't have a clue at all what Wigglytuff can do. In fact, I comment him here saying as much. I don't have a clue what UUs are capable of. I just don't know. I've never faced a Wigglytuff before. I'm thinking maybe it's like Clefable, and maybe it can do sort of everything. But I was really thinking maybe it knows counter. I don't know why, for some reason I was just really worried that it knows counter. It just looks like the sort of thing that would come in and surprise you with counter, with that little grin on his face. Lol, you just died. I didn't want that to happen. I don't want Scizor to die. Yeah, I make a typo on clue, and I correct it here. Typical. So I'm just going to switch. I'm going to get Scizor out of there. I'm going to go to Snorlax because he's pretty safe bet, I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe I can even set up with some curses. If it is going to use counter, then I just set up with some curses until I'm able to one-hit KO it. If it's sashed, well, that's broken now anyway, because of Stealth Rock. He says that the fact that I don't have a clue what UU Pokemon do, that's why he likes them. So that just confirms my ideas that maybe it does have counter, just to surprise me. I bring Snorlax in, he Brick Breaks, which is super effective, but from the damage it done, you would never be able to tell. It really didn't do very much at all. but I don't think Wigglytuff is very well known for its attack stat. I don't think it's that strong. So I curse, he brick breaks again. Now I'm going to body slam, see how much it does. It does about half. Then I can survive another brick break and kill it, but I just got infatuated by his cute charm. So now Snorlax is in love with Wigglytuff. It's a thing of beauty. So I'm going to do Snorlax a favor and just get him out of there. Sometimes that's just the best thing to do. You just have to be cruel to be kind. I'm getting him out of there. He just keeps brick breaking, so I bring Rotom in, because he doesn't care, he's a ghost type. I'm going to Thunderbolt to do some damage. He's probably going to switch, but at least I'll get to see what he does. I don't want to use a status move right now, I just want to attack. And in comes Hypno, the pedophile Pokemon. It steals children and takes them away at night. Seriously, if you check its Fire Red Pokédex subscription or something like that, he does do it. I Shadow Ball because it's super effective. It doesn't do a lot. I get a special defense drop. Hacks, he gets up a light screen. And I decide I'll just Will-O-Wisp because Hypno doesn't have any direct recovery. Its only form of recovery here seems to be Wish. So if he's on fire, then his Wish is only going to heal him by about half of what it used to. Shadow Ball, he tries to pass the Wish. Yanmega comes in, takes massive damage from the Stealth Rock, and dies from the Shadow Ball. After that Stealth Rock went up, as I said, it was just dead. It wasn't going anywhere. So it's going well so far. Hypno comes back in, and I probably should have just kept Rotom in and just kept on Shadow Balling it. It wouldn't have been able to heal it off in time, it would have died. But I thought, I'll reveal some more of my team to him, be nice when we try to have some fun. So I switch into Latias, because he hasn't seen my Latias before, and he Thunder Waves it, which just annoyed me. I was trying to be merciful and have some fun, and I just got Thunder Waved. I decided I don't care if his light screen's up, I'm just going to Draco Meteor. And it just pulverizes him. I mean, it's Draco Meteor, this is a Specs Latias, modest, so it's going to do huge amounts of damage. Wigglytuff comes back in, and I know he has a light screen up, and I know that my special attack has just been halved, but I'm pretty sure Draco Meteor would kill it anyway, being at only 23% health. But he Ice Punches me, and I get the Power Hacks, and he gets the Wish. So a lot of bad stuff just happened for me in that one turn. I'm annoyed, so I'm going back to Scizor, because I don't think it has a fire move since it used Brick Break last time I was in. And I check what Pokemon he has left to see which move I should use, because I'm banded, but I don't know what the other one is. But I decide he probably won't switch, so I'm just going to Superpower and kill it. I just Superpower. It loses 171% of its health. It's completely dead. So, and Starmie comes in. And I'm stuck on Superpower, so I need to get out of there. And I'm actually rather surprised Starmie hasn't made an appearance before this point in the battle. But I decide I'll go to Latias. He Psychics, which is unusual for a Starmie to know Psychic. I was thinking I'd be killed by the Ice Beam, so I Thunderbolt, expecting for Latias to die so I can bring in Snorlax and rest and then curse up. And he thinks a little. He goes for Surf, gets a crit, doesn't kill me, and Thunderbolt kills him. So, good game. And I'm shocked. I just found out literally right now as I'm doing this narration on the 1 AM BBC News that Michael Jackson has died. Quite shocking. Anyway, we say good game. I talk about how it wasn't really a fair fight, OUs against UUs. And actually, I'm wondering about that Starmie. I mean, was it a rapid spinner because it only had 2 moves? And if so, why didn't it make an appearance before to get rid of the Stealth Rock, especially considering what he says here, that his team relies heavily on Yanmega. So we just talk a bit. I wonder if it had Hypnosis. It didn't. It had Bug Buds, HP Ice, Giga Drain, and Air Slash, which is unusual. It doesn't have HP Ground, so it's vulnerable to Heat Round. In fact, 4 of his Pokemon will be taken out by a Scarfed Heat Round, so I said we might have problems with Heat Round. Starmie can't take repeated hits, and once Hypno goes down, or gets tempted off by some little child, the rest of the team's in trouble. But he just says usually switches Starmie in. So we talk for a little bit more. Does he often play OU? He wonders if all standard battles on Smogon are OU. And I think most of them are. But I say I think there's a UU ladder, but I really don't know. There might not be, I've never tried to look for it. And I'm curious as to what time it is in Canada. So I ask him. He says it's 20 to 2, which is 7 hours behind me. It was 20 to 9 when I done this. And hear that, David Larmer? Apparently Scott's moving back in July for good. That's cool. I say that'll be awesome so I can talk to him about Full Metal Alchemist. There's no one else over here I can talk to about it. And, well, yeah, he agreed it's pretty awesome because I sort of knew he watched it, though he doesn't like the English dub. Well, that's about all that happens in this match. Good game, Scott. Will there be a rematch? Probably, at some point. Hope you enjoyed that, David. There you go. That's what happened. Well, see yous all later.